think that difference was? You got off to a 7-0 deficit, and then all of a sudden you went on a 15-0 run. What was said in that first media timeout?
I really think it was just us getting settled and, us realizing that, we're playing basketball today. So finding the connection on defense and learning to talk to our teammates, I think that was causing some confusion.
Yeah, I think a big part of it was communication on defense and getting rebounds and stuff like that, and being able to push the ball, get into our spots and stuff like that.
Being two of the main ball handlers on this team, how much of a luxury is it just knowing that at any given moment, like, both of you can set up the offense? It could be G, it could be Lex. Like, there's not a whole lot of pressure as far as, like, kind of getting things done, like, individually, I guess.
Honestly, it's very, like, securing and knowing that we can obviously, like, rely on our teammates. And I think it allows us to be more versatile, and it's harder for teams to guard not knowing, like, what's coming.
I think it's a great thing, honestly, being able to just run the floor, even if the point guard isn't in the backcourt and stuff like that, being able to just run the floor and share the ball to each other.
Joy, you lead the team again with 8 assists. Just what is it about your vision on the court that makes you dish out the dimes that you do?
Because I trust my teammates. Just trusting my teammates that, of course, they'll be there on the catch and stuff like that. So, yeah. And, of course, it's fun, too, because they got my back and I got theirs, so I trust them.
8 straight wins, first time since 2011. During this stretch, you guys are holding your opponents to 55 points per game and 39% shooting from the field. Like, defensively, what do you feel like, I guess, clicked? Like, maybe that wasn't there that Sam Houston game and has just kind of kept going for you guys this month?
I think our teams in our league are very, qualified and just have been working really well, but I think we have capitalized on defense and just talking. Talking goes so far on defense, and it can cover, like, any, like, missed coverages we have.
Yeah, I feel like us coming together and just understanding being on the same page and stuff like that, just establishing stuff in practice, it just made a really big difference. So, yeah.
Second straight game, you guys have 10 people find the scoring column. Just what does that say about the unselfishness of this team?
It just goes to show that we have depth, to be honest. And, it's nice when everybody can at least get a bucket. So I think it just keeps smiles going and good chemistry, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I can say the same thing. Just the chemistry is great. And like I said, it starts in practice and stuff like that. Just sharing the ball and understanding that we do have depth and stuff like that, so we can just rely on each other.
Yeah.
At home this week, you guys outscored your opponents 40-15 in the second quarter. Like, is there anything, I guess, as far as what you're maybe joking about in terms of, like, kind of getting some legs under you, and maybe like kind of establishing, like, what we need to stop them doing, I guess, like, to kind of build those big leads, do you feel like?
Yeah, kind of like I said, it's like us slowing the game down, like Joyce said, get into spots. Like, it makes so much of a difference because offense is just spacing. So once we get everybody to the correct position, I think that also helps. And then the defense always needs to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah, rebounding is a big part, especially, of course, ending it defensively. But the rebound is very important. Being able to, as guards, we have talked about us rebounding so we can be able to push the ball in transition and stuff like that, and, again, get to spots and stuff like that. So it's helped a lot in transition, just pushing the ball and playing defense.
It seems like this team just has so much fun out there. Is this the most, fun you've had in your career playing basketball?
Yes.
Yeah, super fun, super fun. It's just all of our personalities click and mesh really well together. Yeah.
Yes, our dances. And if y'all haven't seen our pregame,
yes,
get us started.
Yeah, you got to get in the huddle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The team during that first media timeout, because I feel like everything really changed from there.
I think this group just needed to settle down, and one of our keys to the game was attack and play downhill. And I thought we were really passive and tentative offensively. I think this group sometimes can be unselfish to a fault, and I think they were trying to get things going. And you've got to give Jacksonville State credit defensively. Rick does a great job with them. They I think they're giving up like 57, 58 points a game in conference play. So they don't give up easy stuff. You have to work for what you get offensively. And we just needed to see, talk about what they were doing defensively, how they were going under, and what they were doing on their ball screen coverage. And then we had to make those adjustments. But really proud of our team. It's not something you go in there like, be who you are and get to correct spots, and then slow down and make your reads based off how the defense is guarding you, because we always feel like we have an answer. The defense is going to do something, we have an answer and a response, and we just need to slow down. And then the other thing is we needed to stop turning the ball over. We had 7 turnovers in the first quarter, only 1 in the second quarter, and I think that was a big part of it.
To that point, I don't think it's an accident. Joy Madison checks in the first quarter. She gives you 2 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, a steal, and a charge in the first quarter alone. Like, I know we talked earlier this season about like just getting her to the correct spots and figuring out what it takes to play at this level. Like, where have you kind of seen her take that next step?
Yeah, I think she's gaining confidence and comfortability out there, but she's had the ability to get downhill and really create and transition. And she doesn't play tentative and shy. She plays aggressive and downhill, and she'll take chances. And sometimes as a coach, you're like, no, great play. But she's capable of making those plays, and really proud of just her progress and how she's playing within herself. And I think things are slowing down for her, but she gives us an immediate boost when we check in Joy and KT in that stretch, and we immediately start the run. And it started with defensive rebounds that push and transition, KT getting out and getting to correct spots in transition, and Joy has an ability to find people, but she's also not afraid to make that pass, and she's got the frame to see it and deliver it. So really proud. Like, she's plus 24 in 25 minutes, and I think she was plus 23 on Thursday night in less minutes. So that's a great luxury to have right now, and I think you guys touched on it. We've got four perimeters that can really handle the ball and run the point if you need them to.
Jacksonville State, they lead the league in threes. They only commit 13 turnovers per game. You guys did a great job in both those categories tonight. Was that the game plan going in?
Yeah, we knew we needed to guard the three-point line. They put a lot of pressure and stress on you defensively because of their 5 out. And, I said Rick does a great job. They're well coached. They've got an experienced roster. For us, everybody talks about, teams being young. Like, we're still young. Lex is a junior college. Everybody except for one player that plays significant minutes is in their first or second year here. And I think we needed to, make sure we didn't run to the paint and give up a 3 in transition, because they're so good with that. They average 25 3-point attempts a game and have the most makes, lead the league, and I think 8.8 makes a game from 3. And they got 3 of those, 3 or 4 late, but they go 6 of 20. And I thought we did a nice job of understanding scout, and not only understanding it, but executing it. And our players were really locked into that.
Feels like Paris and Avery both kind of embraced that dirty work,
Yep.
just kind of inside. Like, it's not going to show up for Paris especially, but I felt like she had like at least 6 offensive rebounds that just like didn't even really get counted, I guess, as that.
Yeah, we get to halftime and like, are these stats wrong? Because
Yeah.
I felt like she, in that stretch run, like she got a rebound, an offensive rebound put back. She got one that I don't know if she obviously didn't get credit for, but it got a deflection to us, and we retained possession. We score out of that. She's really, like, for a player of her stature in terms of how she scores it and all the highlight stuff, she embraces the dirty work. And I think that's what I appreciate so much about her, is not only is she one of the most dominant scorers in our league, she's probably one of the most unselfish players that I've had in my career as an assistant or a head coach, that can score at that level but does all the other things that no one wants to do or gets credit for, and she embraces that and loves it. She leads our team in chest bumps. I mean, she celebrates others so well, and I think that shows her heart of who she is as a competitor, but as a teammate. And I think that sets her apart from there's some really good scorers in our league, but nobody's doing the things that she's doing, and we value that greatly.
Is this the most unselfish and fun team that you've coached here?
Yeah, no doubt here. We had a couple of championship teams at Northwestern State that the perimeter. It was a very similar situation. We started 3 players that all play point guard, and very similar to this, of any of those 3 can run the point for us. And it gave us, Paris touched on it, it gives you some versatility, and it forces teams to figure out who they're going to put on who. And it allows us the flexibility to move people around and put them in different space. But it is fun. And everybody can go, oh, well, you're having fun because you're winning. No, we're having fun because we get to be around great young women every day. They're not perfect by any means, but they show up every day with a smile on their face, and they're trying to pull for each other, and they're having fun. And it's allowed us to have fun because you're not having to coach effort. You're not having to coach, are you showing up on time? Are you taking care of your business? Are you being selfish? It's just a really, really good chemistry, but it makes it enjoyable. This is hard. What we do is really hard, and there's a lot of external factors that pull at their attention constantly. A lot of rat poison, a lot of, bad noise. You can listen to all that, or you can focus on, what am I going to do today to be a great teammate? And they've really embraced that, and I think that's one of the things I'm most proud about, but have so much fun showing up every day to be around them with that. I mean, we got stuck on a bus for 24 hours. 1,443 minutes we were on that bus together. That's on 40 minutes in a game is nothing, and they didn't, at least they were smart enough not to complain in front of me. I thought they handled it beautifully. I think it's going to be something that's going to end up bringing us even closer together. I thought they did a great job with that. But they're a group that you're proud to be around every day. And I'm proud as a former player, not just their coach, that they're wearing that uniform, and they're showing up every day to compete in the right way, and it makes me proud.
To that point, it feels like kind of the words getting out. Maybe it was probably one of the better crowds that I've seen, at least this season, for sure.
Yeah, and I said this earlier in the week yes, they're fun to watch play, and I think it's fun basketball. I mean, we're leading the league in assists. They're unselfish. Yeah, we're not dunking. We're not playing above the rim, but they play hard defensively. They play together. They look like they're having fun together. Why wouldn't you want to show up to watch that? And my challenge is, we've got 4 home games left. Let's get out and pack this thing. I know what it felt like for me as a player here, and obviously different time, different era. But these kids work their tails off every day, and they're out in the community. They're giving back constantly, and I want them to experience that too. Plus, it gives us a great home court advantage that nobody wants to come in here and play. But I think they deserve that. I'm probably a little biased, but I want them to experience that. But I also want the community and the surrounding areas to witness that and experience that with them. They're neat young women, and I think they deserve all the support and more that they're getting, and I want to keep building that for them.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.